Hi everyone, Dr. Mario here. I've got a kind of neat idea for you guys to use in Google Rooms. I've been playing around with this now for a couple of weeks and tried it out with my students, and they seem to really like it. Um, I know that those of us who are in high school who teach high school and teach middle school have run into this problem of students not wanting to share their screen when you're in a room with or in a meet with everyone in the class, and they don't want to share their cameras, they don't want to talk. So it's kind of hard for you to gauge what's happening, if they're doing work, if they're really there behind the icon. And going through one by one with them in one general room does make it really difficult. So I was playing around with the rooms, and I was trying to figure out what the limits are. How many rooms can I really have? And the interesting thing is I haven't found the limit yet. So that's kind of cool because it gave me a great idea, and I tried it out with my students, and they seem to really, really like it. So I'm going to walk you through what I do, and hopefully it's something you can try and see if it's something that will work for you. So I start out with a regular Google Meet, and I go in and start my Google Meet. I'm just going to show you, make sure when you're setting these up that you turn off these guest permissions. That will make your Meet really secure, so don't forget about that. So I'm going to go into this test that I have set up. So I'm going to join my Meet here, and there's my background of me. So now you're going to see two of me, one in the corner and one up there, and I can look at the other guy. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join now, and what I do is I start with everybody here, and don't forget to go over to your host controls. Make sure your quick access is turned off. That will also keep your Meet really secure. Okay, so let's get into what this is all about. So we're going to come up here to activities, and we're going to set up breakout rooms. Now let's say we have maybe 15 people in the class. They're all going to be here in the main call, and you'll see all of their little icons in here, their names, and you'll see how many there are. So you're going to click on this pencil here that says set up breakout rooms. Here's where you adjust the number of rooms. You can, let's say we had that 12 students that we were talking about before. We changed this to 12, and we can change this up to that's 60 right there, and I don't think that there's much of a limit, maybe 99, I'm not sure. But you can set up these 12 rooms, and when you do that, what will happen is as you're changing the number here, students will be moved from the main call into the rooms. So I always like to add a couple extra rooms just in case a couple students show up late. That way when they pop into the main call, they get moved into the rooms. You may have to move them. Sometimes they'll move in automatically. So now this is the great part about it. I give my initial instruction, I give the assignment that the students are going to work on in the class, and then I tell them that we're going to go into rooms, and for them to make sure that they're sharing their screen in the room. Now this is the other great thing about this. It doesn't change the amount of bandwidth that you need. If they're projecting an avatar or an icon or sharing their screen in any way, sharing video, it's going to use the same amount of bandwidth if they're sharing their screen. So you're not going to really affect the internet in any way in your school or at their house. So go ahead and open up the rooms, and it'll tell you breakout rooms are in session, and you'll see everyone in here. Now let's say I want to randomly drop in on a room. I can go down here to room 12, and I just click on join, and that'll join me right into breakout room 12. And then what they'll see is me popping in, and I'll see them with a split screen, and I'll see their shared screen, which is great because now I can see what they're working on. And I can also look at what tabs they may have open and say, hey Jamal, maybe you want to close that Fortnite tab right there, um, and get back to work on our assignment. Or you can help them through a problem. You can let them know that their work looks good. You don't have to spend a lot of time in each room. It depends on how much work they need. Think of this like you're walking through the classroom and you're looking over their shoulder and checking their work and see how they're doing and giving them some assistance and help. You're doing that scaffolding right there, working with the student one-on-one. And that's the beauty of this. This is what I found the students love the most, is you're working one-on-one with them. Nobody else is there. They have no problems talking so far. They have no problems sharing their cameras. They have no problems sharing their screen. And I'm not having to wait for them to type in something and read the text and then answer them. So it's really great. Now let's say you're in room 12, but you have Alicia in room 2 who needs help. She's stuck. So in the classroom, Alicia would raise her hand and you'd go over and say, hey, how can I help you? Or just a minute, I'll be right there. Here, you're going to get a little pop-up, and the pop-up's going to say, so-and-so needs help. So you can either say to Jamal, okay, you've got this under control. I'm going to jump right over and click on the little pop-up, and that'll jump you over into breakout room 2. Or you can finish what you're doing with Jamal, and it will close, the pop-up will close by itself. Then come over here and join breakout room 2 and say to Alicia, okay, Alicia, what can I help you with? I see you're stuck. And the great part about that is you can do this jump, back and forth from room to room. I find that it takes me about 30 minutes to get through about 15 students if I go one by one. And they like that alone time where they can work. They also aren't getting, they don't have those concerns about who's watching me or who's looking at what I'm doing or who's going to make fun of questions I ask, because they're asking them one-on-one. You can also do this with a blended class where you have an online class and students in the classroom, where you can circulate through the classroom, have your class projected up on the screen, and then you can jump around one by one like that. You can invite your students in the classroom to turn their computers on and join you in the meet as well, which is something I do most of the time. I don't like to circulate through the classroom right now, especially with the COVID restrictions. So I tend to work with the students in the class either from a distance or work with them on a computer. So either way, you can use this system. So when you're all done, and what I like to do is about 10 minutes left in my class, I like to draw everybody back into the main room. So when I click on close rooms, it's going to ask me, do I really want to do this? It's going to send everybody back in 30 seconds. I say yes. They're going to get a little banner that pops up in red saying breakout rooms are ending in how many seconds. If I don't want to wait the whole time, if I just say, okay, we got to pull everybody back because, oh my gosh, we didn't pay attention to the time, we only have 2 minutes left, I can say close all rooms now, and boom, everybody's going to end up coming back to the main call. And then all I have to do is close this, and it closes the breakout rooms feature. Now if I want to, I can go back in here, go back into breakout rooms, and they're still set up. Those 14 rooms that I set up before, they're still set up on the call. So I could move people from the main call back into breakout rooms again. So that's the beauty of this. You can set those rooms up. You can bring students into it. You can move them back and forth. If you're working in groups, you can move people from the main call into the groups. And if you have some questions about how to do that, look at my video on how to set these up in the first place. That one gives you a lot of really good information on how to set up the rooms and how to move people into it. So I hope this helps you out. It's helped me out tremendously so far. My students really like it. I'd like to know how it works for you. If you could drop me an email, let me know if this worked out for you or if it didn't, any problems you had with it. I'm happy to help you work through it. You can email me at minim001 at hartfordschools.org, or you can give me a call at 860-695-9146 or 860-840-7502. Hope this helped you out. Have a great day, everybody, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to say goodbye. Till next time.